Look, think about how debates work in science, like in geometry or physics. They're usually pretty calm and logical, right? No one's screaming or changing the subject every 5 seconds. That's because everything kicks off with these basic assumptions called postulates. They're things we don't prove. We just agree they're true to set up the game. Then, from there, we build all the rules, equations, and proofs to test ideas and say, yeah, that's right, or nah, that's wrong. For example, in Euclidean geometry, the kind we all learned in school, it all depends on simple statements like two parallel lines never intersect. Without those ground rules, the whole thing falls apart into total confusion. Now flip that to how we talk about society and politics today. It's a complete circus, endless back and forth, people moving the goalposts whenever it suits them, and way too much relying on feelings instead of facts. We need to fix that mess, and the way to do it is by stealing a page from science. Set up our own set of rock-solid postulates for social stuff. These aren't things we debate. They're the obvious, self-evident truths we start from, and then we can build real arguments on top of them. Let's start with the first one. Everyone is equal when it comes to having natural human rights. This is the massive foundation stone for Western civilization. It's like that parallel lines postulate in geometry, the thing that holds the whole structure together. We act like it's no big deal today, but trust me, it's not something every culture buys into. Take ancient India as an example. They divided people into strict castes called varnas right from birth, with some folks on top and others stuck at the bottom forever. No equality there at all. If you deny this idea, you open the door to all kinds of BS like kings ruling by divine right, aristocrats lording over everyone, or even today's sneaky identity politics where groups get special treatment. But if you accept it, boom, individualism takes over naturally. We're all standing on the same level ground, each with the same basic rights, to live, to think whatever we want, to express it, and to act on it, as long as we don't mess with someone else's rights. No group, no government, no majority gets to trample that. Moving to the second postulate, humans are flawed creatures, straight up. We're talking selfishness, envy, laziness. These aren't just bad habits. They're wired into our DNA from way back, when survival meant scraping by in a brutal world. Sure, we can dial them down with self-control, moral codes, or even laws to keep things in check, but let's be real, we'll never totally get rid of them. This isn't me being a downer, it's just facing facts. All those pie-in-the-sky utopian dreams, like perfect societies where everyone shares everything happily, they always flop hard because they pretend humans are like blank slates you can reprogram. Nope. Our flaws are the factory settings, so any decent social system has to plan for them with smart checks, incentives to do better, and hard boundaries to stop the worst impulses from running wild. And the third one, we're basically a mashup of animal instincts and a super smart mind. The ugly side, greed, jealousy, slacking off, that mostly comes from our animal hardware, the DNA stuff that's all about surviving, chasing every advantage, running from danger, and saving energy whenever possible so we don't burn out. On the flip side, the noble stuff like love, compassion, and empathy, that's from our intelligence, the upgraded software that lets us think abstractly, work together on big projects, and build ethical systems. But here's the crucial twist. That animal body is the absolute must-have foundation for the mind to even exist. Without the hardware's raw drive to keep going and reproduce, there'd be no stage for all that smart, virtuous stuff to play out. So yeah, the good qualities can soften and guide the bad ones, but they can never wipe them out for good. When things get rough, like in times of stress, shortage, or crisis, the animal side always bubbles back up and takes over. All of this, the flaws and the virtues, lives inside every single one of us, creating this constant push-pull that ends up shaping how society works on a massive scale. Now, if we really commit to that first postulate about everyone being equal in rights, it means no one ever gets exploited or forced into anything against their will. Every action, every choice, it's got to come straight from a person's own free will. That's exactly why freedom isn't just a nice bonus. It's the absolute core foundation of any society worth living in. If we own up to the second one and recognize how imperfect we all are, it hits home that there's no such thing as a perfect world run by humans. Society? It's nothing more than a big collection of us imperfect people, You can't throw a bunch of flawed pieces together and magically expect the whole thing to come out flawless. It's just not going to happen, no matter how hard you wish. And if we dig deep into that third postulate about our dual nature, we can see crystal clear why something like communism is always doomed from the jump. It sounds great on paper, but it only makes sense for machines, cold, programmable things without instincts or inner conflicts. For actual humans? Forget it. Our built-in animal drives and that endless tug-of-war between flaws and virtues make it impossible to sustain. If this breakdown just clicked for you or finally explained why so many big ideas flop in the real world, hit that like button to show some love, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next one. Drop a comment with your biggest takeaway or what postulate blew your mind, and share this video with a friend who's into deep dives on society. Let's spread these truths far and wide.